Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, beautiful people. I just want to say welcome to the Untold Stories with T. Nicole and Lisa Riley. Hello, Lisa. How are you this afternoon?
Hello, I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. I'm loving your background with the trees and woo, I'm jealous. I'm going to be honest.
Listen, so today I decided to go sit outside. I had a session this morning. It was actually a healing session. Was is what it was. It was a Reiki session. A Reiki session. Sorry, my words don't want to come out, but I'm in this new space in my life where I just want to do things that make me happy,
Yeah.
things that make me free, things that allow me to show up as myself, because so many times I was somebody else for somebody and I never was myself. But I'm in this new space where I'm learning to be myself. But Lisa, how are you today? Tell us how you feeling.
I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling great. Trying to get where you're at, just doing things for myself and make myself happy. I'm not there yet, but I want to get there. I feel like I'm on this journey and I'm gonna get there. Definitely gonna get there. You know, um, so we were talking about being authentic,
Yes.
which is oh my wheelhouse for sure. Yeah, yeah. Because on the outside, as you see me right now, a lot of
Hmm.
people think, she's got it together. Look at her. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. But you know what? I have thought of, and you tell me what you think.
Hmm.
I think we all have our own mess, but it's whether or not we're working on it.
Not only that, but owning our own mess, because we be looking at everybody else and worried about what they got on and got going on instead of just taking accountability for what we got on and our mess. So yes, I understand, because what I say about my mess is beautiful. I am a beautiful mess. I say that every day. But I want to I want to say hello to Carolyn. She is tuning in. So hello, Carolyn. Thank you for joining us. We decided to move the show to Saturday because Lisa and I both are off. And so we're going to make sure that we come and give y'all, all of us, every Saturday around this same time. If anything changes, we will let you know.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We'll definitely let you know. But
Hmm.
yeah. So what do you think that the definition of authentic self? What would you say for the people that are watching, saying, "Well, what exactly do you mean?" Or maybe that doesn't apply to me, or maybe what would you say it would be?
For me, when I say authentic self, it's being who I was created to be. And what do I mean by that when I say created to be? What is it that my life purpose is? And then how do I show up as this person? Because so many times we look at the titles and we look at the labels that everybody deem on us, but who was I supposed to be? Like, I'm Therese. My name is Therese Teasley, but I go by T Nicole because Nicole is my middle name and T is a part of my last name. So I broke it down to T Nicole. And the thing is, I'm showing up as a woman. Not only am I showing up as a woman, but I'm showing up as somebody that exhilarates love, because I love from a place where, even though I haven't always been loved or felt like I was loved, not knowing what love was, I was looking at everybody else to be the love or give me love, when I had to realize that I had to become self love. I had to practice self love. I had to give myself love. So that's being my authentic self, because I know that I'm a beacon of light.
Yeah.
So being an authentic self, I feel like it's a beacon of light without the titles. So without being a coach, without being a speaker, without being an author, that's just the titles that you have. But it's just allowing you. So like how I'm sitting outside,
Yeah.
this is my authentic self, being free, without limits, without beliefs, without anything. I'm just me.
Yeah.
I'm just me. So what does it look like for you? What does authentic self mean to you when you see or hear the word authentic self?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm just learning who I am, who my authentic self is. And what I have learned with talking with you. And you know I got to do it, guys. The book, the book, and I'm gonna tell you what I have it marked off this page where it talks about in ways that we have allowed our trauma to keep you from being who you are. So, you know, my trauma going back to 12 years old, I was I was a kidnapped victim. I was traumatized from that point on. I don't think I ever really knew who I was.
Mm.
You know, as you go through life as a child, you're always hearing, be good, be good, be good, be good, you know? So the only thing I really wanted to concentrate on is I just have to be good. I'm not sure what that means by being good. I just know that I want to make other people happy because when I'm good, other people are happy. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, my authentic self got the message very early on that I have to make other people happy.
Mm.
You know, I have to make sure, you know, everybody's saying, "Oh, good job, Lisa, you did it." You know, good girl as a child. You know, that type of stuff. Then I grew up and I end up in relationships, and now I still can't find my authentic self because now I'm trying to make him happy. You know, yes. So you know, today I'm learning who is Lisa and what makes Lisa happy. You know, who
Mm-hmm.
is my authentic self. You know, and
Mm.
I think for today, you know, I can say that I am also a life coach. I am an activist. I'm truly passionate about prison reform, and I'm very passionate about helping people. And let me for the people listening, when for me when I help people, it does an about change and it helps me. So I'm
Mm.
so I'm really learning. So when you say authentic self, I'm thinking that there's no time frame for people listening. There's
No.
no time frame on finding that, and
Mm-mm.
and what you learned as a child. Not saying that it's wrong, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
something to reevaluate.
Lisa, you saying something good. Reevaluation of self is so important. It does not matter how old you are, how young you are. You can reevaluate your feelings, your emotions, what you deem yourself to be, and become that person. Because so many times we try to shrink our being. So the thing is, we allow trauma. Because when you are, because some things that we thought were normal were not really normal, and the thing is to be that it comes to the light, because they say everything that's dark, it'll come to the light, or everything in dark will come to the light, whether it's good, whether it's bad, positive or negative, however you look at it. But we have to learn how to, like you said, reevaluate self, because your authentic self is who you want to be or
Right.
what you want to be. Because what I learned is at my jobs, because I'm gonna say this. So for so long, I never knew I had a creative bone in my body. I never wanted to write a book. I never wanted to make jewelry. I never wanted to make clothes. When the quarantine happened, I learned how to make clothes. Not only did I learn how to make clothes, I learned how to do body oils. I learned how to do a lot of different things and write a book. And I didn't even know I was good at it. And start doing this show like how me and you talking. I
Mhm.
never knew I could start doing a show. And sometimes I stop myself because I don't know if I'm good enough. And I know I'm not the only one. Sometimes we allow ourselves to stop because we have been shrunken down. And what I mean by shrunken down is that spirit that's in the inside of you, your authentic true self. Because without this shell, it's
Mhm.
a spirit that lives inside of you, and it has to come out. That's how you are able to love, you are able to forgive, you are able to do things that you have never done before. But when you allow that light to shine on the outside, people will start seeing it. They'll be like, you so beautiful, you so gorgeous, you got it all together, because they don't know you have mess.
Right.
Lisa, like you said, I have mess, my mess. But the thing is, they don't see your mess because they just see the beautifulness that you exhilarate, because it's coming out. It's coming out your pores.
Right.
But getting back to self, it's like we can no longer allow ourselves to shrink down. So
Mhm.
everybody that's watching this, we take jobs, We get in relationships. We be with people and friends and family members because it's comfortable. But then we're shrinking ourselves. It's killing us slowly because we're keep on trying, like with me in spirituality. Like my friend, he really he did something to me the other day when we were talking about spirituality and religion. I'm like, I'm not mirroring the two no more, because the thing is, I am a spiritual being beyond religion. So for those that are watching, because I know y'all are right where I am, I was taught Christianity. I side with Christianity, but I also want to know more about being a Muslim,
Yeah.
because I have every right to know. I want to know more about a lot of different things because I've been closed minded. So coming into your true self, authentic self, you're able to see different perspectives because you have an open mind.
Um,
So Lisa, go ahead. I'm sorry, but hold on. Before you go ahead, Carolyn said, she said that 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 makes, or that's me, always wanted to make everyone that's around me,
mhm.
making sure they were happy. So she always wanted to make sure that people was around her, they were happy. So
Right.
Carolyn, you absolutely right, but go ahead, Lisa.
Absolutely, absolutely. As women, and no shade for the men because they have their own situations. Which, I'm sorry, I'm not a man, so I don't know. But as women, mothers, we're wives, we're girlfriends, and there's so much we have on top of us that we got to make sure. We got to go to work. We got to make sure we're making the meals. We got to make sure we're cleaning the house. We're doing the laundry. Like, we have to be super women. And at some point, you got to get to the point where you say, you know what? It's okay. I'm not superwoman. It's okay. It is, yeah. I mean, because we're stressing ourselves out. I have stressed myself out. And let me share this with you. That even after your children are grown, all my children are grown. Now I have grandchildren. So now I went from trying to be super mom to trying to be super grandma.
Hmm.
So it does follow feeling like we have to be these perfect women. It does definitely follow, and I have to get to the point where I got to talk to myself. When I started talking to myself and writing myself little notes, saying, Lisa, it's okay that I can't take care of 8 children at one time. It's okay. I don't have that ability. That's okay. It's okay. So I think you just got to self talk yourself, because then that negative, it's so strange how easy the negative will hit us. Like, we accept feeling like, oh, I defeated, or feeling like I'm not enough, quicker than feeling like I am enough and I gave it my all and I'm happy with that.
And you know why that is? Because it has been, it's normalized. Once again, things that are not normal become normal, because it's easier for you to say that I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm nothing, than you to actually tell me that I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, I'm amazing, I can do anything I put my heart to.
Right.
Because sometimes when people don't really believe that, they don't feel it. So I'm learning to feel what I believe and say. I had a session today again with the lady. She was like, as below, so above, as below, so below as above. So everything you thinking, if it's negative, it comes to existence because your thoughts go into the universe. Because she said it's a law of attraction, and then it's also your thoughts. So we have to be conscious and mindful of how we treat ourselves, what we believe, and what we're feeling and what we're saying. Because, like for me, I'm about to be transparent. In 2020, I put my body in a state of shock. And what I mean by that, I was thinking negative because I felt pain that I have never felt before. I was going through, like, grieving the death of my father, and I did not fully let it go. So what I've come to understand is, because I was thinking all these negative thoughts, I created the sickness that was not even supposed to be there. So that's just like you. When we don't realize how powerful we are, because we can call into existence things that we want to happen and we don't want to happen. Because if I'm sitting up here worrying about what negatively can impact my life, guess what? 9 times out of 10, it's going to still come, because all I'm doing is thinking about it, and I feel it and I believe it, because I'm like, this can't happen to me, but it could. So I don't want to think about it at all. I'm going to release. So as your authentic self, you partner it up with who you're created to be. Like, so your mind, your body, your spirit, you start thinking about just life, love, positivity all day long. Just see what happens. You can't
Right.
go wrong, because you done thought about all the negative stuff that can happen, because you be like, you don't want your children to do certain things, and you start to believe that, and guess what, you calling it in. And that's how powerful you are, especially when you find out who you are authentically. Go ahead,
Right.
Lisa.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I truly do. Once you find out who you are authentically yourself, but
Hmm.
and sometimes though, I think for myself personally, I have to give myself boundaries, because who I am truly, I want to love people. And when I'm in a relationship with a person, I my way is thinking, be as good as you can, love them as much as you can, but
Hmm.
not realizing without those boundaries and being authentic to myself, I
Hmm.
lose. Yeah, I
You
lost.
lose yourself.
You
You
lose.
always, you're not going to win. But the good thing is, as you come into yourself, you realize that you have the power to create
Yeah.
new. And not only that, it's like you're able to say, this is how I want to show up in the world authentically. I want to be somebody that's a spiritual person. So when I walk in the room, some things happen. And what I mean, because of my faith, other people start having faith, and they start believing and feeling that they're amazing. They can believe and feel that they can be healed. They can believe and feel that anything that they have been thinking about, it can come into existence, whether it's positive or negative. So that's where we have to come into finding out who we really are, finding that we are powerful. And I'm not just talking about me, Lisa. You are
Yes.
powerful, because I
Oh,
love with your prison reform, what you're doing, breaking the silence. You work with individuals on all spectrums of life. And the thing is, if you, since you haven't shrink yourself, like allow nobody else to shrink you now, you are walking in your power every day.
right. Well, thank you for that. And
You're
I
welcome.
often tell people that are incarcerated to not give up and to find their inner power, and know, stand up, sit up straighter, know that you are worthy, and you're human. I think is a big thing for sure. And even in prison, be your authentic self, be who you are. And I know sometimes that's hard in different situations, because they got a coping thing in prison where you got to kind of fit in, type of thing. But when you start taking a stand and saying, this is who I am, and I'm not going to change it, I'm not going to fake it, I'm not going to do any of that anymore, things do start changing. But now I do want to say this though, for myself, being on a social media platforms, it's hard sometimes. I really want to say some things and
Mhm.
come out and say, what, I don't agree with that, I'm not happy with that. But in the social media world, you can't really do that. You know what I mean? So then I have to start asking myself this: how does that impact me? How does that change me? How does that affect me? What's that have to do with me? So sometimes with my authentic self, I have to figure out, where am I at in that, and kind of be selfish in a little way that way. Um, because worrying about people and what they think and what they do will make me crazy for sure, and has and has for sure.
Me too.
Uh, yes, yeah. But I'm telling you, I sleep a whole lot better. My thing is, you got to talk about it. You got to talk about it. You got to get ahead. For me, I got to get ahead of me, you know, because if I let my inner self that I'm still working on, I would be in the bed with the TV on and the whole pack of Oreos, you know. Yeah, yeah. So I just have to talk myself through it. So someone's listening and they're like, you're struggling with something, finding yourself. You just got to start with the again the book, and journaling and writing down your positivity, and writing down what do you want for yourself, and your good outlooks. You gotta recognize who you are.
And not only that, to go in hand in hand with that, start believing it and feeling it, because you
Yeah.
have to feel it. Like, as you creating your reality, that's what I call it, creating your new reality. And
Mhm.
thank you, Lisa, for the plug with the book. But I want people to realize, like, we are creators, we are powerful, we are amazing. And some people, it's not going to resonate with you, and I'm not upset that you don't believe what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to give you an opportunity to connect. You have two life coaches here that believe in helping to heal their community. Lisa has been in prison before. I
Mhm.
was in prison physically, in my mind, but not so much where I was in prison. But the thing is, when you have experienced trauma all of your life and you're trying to change your lifestyle, you're not even just trying, but you're actually doing it. You have to take the necessary steps to become who you are, not what you did. Think about what I said. Sometimes we go through and we have problems and we make mistakes, and we look at that like that's how our life have to be. We have to continue on that path, but you don't. You can change your outcomes, you can change your life. So you have to be willing. That's why I say showing up authentically. Stop
Mhm.
allowing people and things to shrink your existence, because you are powerful, you are amazing. But you have to be willing to go on this spiritual journey to find you and
Mhm.
release everything, because so many times we want to hold on to things because they feel good, they look good, they made us happy. But
Right.
we're meant to hold on to these things, because how can you make room for new things if you're holding on to the old? I'm just going to say that. I'm not saying that you got to change everything about you. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying come into who you are. Like me, I look at certain things in people and I just be like, you know what, I should be much further, but I think I'm right where I need to be, because this is the first time in my life I know who I want to date, why I want to date them. I know what makes me happy, what makes me sad. I know what I will tolerate and what I will not tolerate, because I know how much power I have. I didn't always know that. So me telling you this today, and I'm being honest and transparent with you, because sometimes I did not love me. I didn't like me. So somebody else, they couldn't like me either, because I didn't know what I wanted. Somebody told me, they said, "Teresa, you a mystery." No, I'm not a mystery. You just didn't know how to figure me out. Hello, hello, hello. But I guess I had to do the work first before anybody could figure me out. You know, Miss Lisa?
Right, right. In all of my relationships, I've always been told that I'm an angry person. And believe it or not, and a lot of people will say, "What? She's always bubbly." But until you deal with the trauma, which I didn't do, let me say that. I've been through tons and tons of counseling since I've been little, and I'm not a fan of medication. That's not saying that it doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. So, but so I didn't deal with it and I pushed it to the side and I kept moving through life. And then, none of my relationships have worked. I'm divorced. And any other relationships I got into after divorce didn't work. And and instead of blaming that this person did this person did that, I have to really start with, well, did I deal with that past trauma? Did I deal with the past problems within myself? Because until we deal with ourselves, it's just going to keep rolling over. It's going to keep rolling over, and that's exactly what was happening to me. And I just recently got out of a relationship that I just knew in my heart would be my last relationship. But again, I brought all that trauma to the table, and it did exactly what it normally did, was made sure I couldn't function correctly, and to be honest about that. And I think, I think sometimes we have a hard time with just being honest within ourselves, that saying, okay, a lot of people said to me, Lisa, don't talk about this stuff online. Don't tell people what how embarrassing. But you know what? I thought, if I got to be embarrassed or uncomfortable to grow, to become a better person, that is it. That is the least price that I can pay. You know, but going through life and relationships that do not work, whether they're with a partner or with my children or with my coworkers, just relationships, period. Um, I'm in my 50s. It's time to get healthy. It's time to start building something, that type of thing. And I just, and I truly want to help people. So how do you help people if you're not dealing with your own mess?
Mm. By starting with self first. So you
Yeah.
have to, like you said, you have to deal with your own mess, and you cannot be afraid to deal with it, because things are going to show up, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to hurt. It's not going to feel good, and you're going to be looking like, dang, I've been holding on to that. Every single day you should do a self-evaluation. And it's okay if it scares you, because of the simple fact you have been holding on to it, and it's time to release it.
Right.
Today is the first day in my life that I actually felt like I released so much that I didn't even know I still had buried inside of me. But I feel so much lighter. I feel so much freer. And once you start to release, so Therese, what do you actually do? I help individuals show up authentically by tapping into their greatness. So the thing is, I help you spiritually, not only spiritually but mentally, physically, emotionally, because once you start working on yourself, so just creating things to for you to focus solely on yourself, so that's self-love, that's that spending time with really doing those evaluations to make sure you're on the right path, because you can look at everybody else and what they got going on, but can you look at yourself? You don't have to worry about what your sister's doing, what your cousins did. You don't even got to worry about what they did to you in your past, because
Mm.
that's stopping you from elevating to your higher self. So I help individuals that are afraid to let go of their past, because together we're gonna release some stuff, because it's no you can no longer be trapped in 2022. You can no longer be trapped in your past relationships. You can't blame nobody else for everything that you've been through. It
Mm.
happened to us. My journey started at 4 years old.
Mm.
I could still be holding on to that stuff. But I learned that even though we all got our ups, our downs, we all go through things, I look at every situation and I learn from it. And I've healed from it and I grow from it. But I'm still on this journey because I'm not perfect. I don't always make the right decisions, but I get with people that help to elevate me. So I have a friend. I'm about to brag him up for a minute, because his name is Demel Duke's ex. So Demel came into my life in a time that I needed him the most, because he's a male, right? He's a male, and he was helping me, like, and talking to me, because he's not a life coach, but he's helping me, far as me, like, being able to say certain things to him. And he like, Therese, get that, check that little girl on the inside. And I'm like, you right? Because I didn't even know I needed to heal. But it's good to have a woman. So I got Lisa as my sister, and she helps me. And I got other coaches that I have. And Demel is somebody that is my friend, and he's helping me from the male's perspective. And I'm like, dang, I didn't even know I needed that, because I never had a friend, an actual genuine friend that would tell me the truth. So now that I'm by myself and I've been healing and working on me, the rams in the bush will come. So to sum it all up, Lisa has came into my life. I'm helping Lisa, but Lisa is helping me to
Mm.
stay on task. The Mel is helping me because he like, you check that little girl on the inside of you. Because when I tell y'all, she will show up. That inner child, your inner child
Mm.
probably has been showing up, but you thought it was just you. No, it's that inner child that needs to be in check. So we got to check that inner child, whether it's a boy, whether it's a girl, whatever. because it still wants to hold on to the old things. So that's why I say that inner child is important. Taming that, you gotta let it go. But you, because it's a part of you, but you still gotta put it in check. So thank you, Lisa, for being there in my life. But I also want to say happy birthday to Demel. Yesterday was Demel's birthday. He turned 44. So y'all send a big one up for Demel. Happy birthday, Demel.
Yes, happy birthday, happy birthday.
And then one more thing. One more thing. I'm a part of free people. That's a part. That's with Demel Dukes and Dion Rigonelle. It's Riggin and L is what it is. They say it so fast, Rigonelle. It sounds like it's one word, but it's two words. When I tell y'all I'm healed, heal people, but free people. So when you come together, heal people, free people. So just think
Mhm.
about it like that. So I made sure that y'all click on the link so that way you can partner with us. And not only that, I'm with Lisa too. Breaking silence with prison reform. Her link is in it as well. So y'all make sure y'all click on the link, follow them, because Lisa is doing an amazing thing with the prison reform, but breaking the silence. So y'all connect with them today. Lisa, go ahead. What else you got for our viewers for today?
Well, I just want to follow up on what you're saying. Freed people is amazing, and
Mm-hmm.
I was blessed to meet Dion in person, and what they're doing for people that are incarcerated. Wrong, they're wrongfully convicted. They did not commit the crime, so.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It really really is amazing. So and it's all about helping people, but we have to remember that we help ourselves sometimes. That doesn't mean we're putting everybody on hold, so that way when I talk to people or when I advocate for people, it just means that I can give that much more if I'm working on my situation for sure. And I do want to say this, if for the women out there that have loved ones that are incarcerated, and maybe that relationship didn't work out, or maybe you had to go through a divorce, or maybe he came home and things went sideways. I understand that. I understand that. It happened to me. I get it. I know what you're going through. I know it's tough, but I want you to know again, and get this book. Get this book, because I'm telling you, it at nights, and for the women that are going through it, understand that nights are the worst time,
Mm-hmm.
are the worst. And you get that book out and you start doing the work in that book, you're gonna sleep a lot better. It's a lot better. Yeah. So I truly thank you, Tia Nicole, for writing the book and having God work through you to help so many people. Ooh, the t-
Mm-hmm. But I thank God for you because you are taking your mess and turning it into your message. And so you continue on this journey that you're on. And the reason why we got together is because we're doing stories that are untold. So if you are an individual that has experienced trauma on any level, that's why we didn't want to say you can only have sexual trauma, you can only have mental trauma, you can only have such and such, such and such. No, we're not putting a cap on that. If you want to come on here, talk to us and have your story out here because you're comfortable telling it, please be sure to connect with Lisa Riley or T Nicole today, because we want to make sure that you know you are not alone. Like, we're just learning how to really show up. So when we come on here, we have different topics. If you want us to talk about a topic, she's a life coach, I'm a life coach. If you want us to talk about it, please let us know. Do not be, hey, we love you too, Dion. Dion is in the building.
oh,
Dion,
Dion.
we would love to get you on the show. So if you are free next week, please let us know. Because when I tell y'all, Dion is doing amazing things. We sent a shout out and we let people know to follow you on your page or go to Free People. Because when I tell you, Dion has conversations with his nephew, Demel Dukes, and Susan Brown. Susan Brown is an artist that, when
Mhm.
I tell you, that sister got an amazing story, you guys need to hear her story. If you have not heard it, hopefully we can get her
Right.
on the show, because she's currently incarcerated and so is the Mel Dukes, but we're trying to get them home.
Yes.
Susan I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say this. Susan was being beat by her husband. She took his life because he tried to kill her baby.
Mm.
That's all I'm gonna say. I just had to put that out there because so many times when I tell you, when we fighting for our rights, we're fighting for our life, we get punished. We get punished, and we don't ask for these cards to be dealt to us. So we're
Right.
taking back our power, we're taking back our voice, we're helping to free people and heal people and to break the silence of
Yeah.
everything that's taking place. So this is why this is important. So I want y'all to connect to all three of our platforms. I want you to see what we are doing. That's why I did it this way. This is only the beginning. Lisa, I thank you for all the hard work that you're doing. Dion, I thank you and I love you, and I thank you just for all the hard work you is doing. Lisa, I love you too. If I did not tell you that before, I want to make sure I tell you now. And me, because I know that heal people, free people, but we break by breaking the silence. Did you see how you connected all three of that together? Heal people, free people by breaking the silence. So stop holding on to your past. Stop blaming yourself for what has happened. It's time for you to speak your truth and
Yeah.
speak up.
Amen. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're right. And when you break that silence, you only grow. You only grow more and more. And I do want to say this thing about Dion. He will come. He's come to Cleveland. He's coming back to Cleveland, and he's in Michigan. And Dion is such an awesome person that you can rely on. He'll tell you the truth. He's amazing. I can't say enough good stuff about him. I've had the pleasure to meet him in person recently, and I'm telling you, he's the work he is doing is amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. So but you're right. We have to do the work on ourselves. We have to be our authentic self. And if there's somebody out there that does not know how to be your authentic self, or maybe wants to talk about it in further, contact myself or Miss Tia Nicole. Come on the show, and let's talk about it, because listen, between myself and Tia Nicole, we've both been through probably about everything you can think of, every different, all types of different traumas going on, for sure, for sure. So, and then if we can't handle it, we'll find someone that can, you know?
And that's factual. We
Yeah.
will connect you to the right resources. And Dion said something. He says we are all doing the work. And yes, so I want y'all to know one more thing. Dion is a doer. He's not a talker. When I be trying to talk to Dion, Dion don't talk to me too much. He
Yep.
like, T, what we gonna do, how we gonna do, when we gonna do, and get it done. And I love that. See, that's what I said. I'm learning. Like Dion is a coach. Like he's
Yep.
not deemed as a life coach, but he teaching people how to just go be about their business. Don't say you gonna do it, just do it. He like, where you gonna be at? I'm gonna meet you there.
Yep.
So before we go, Lisa, is there anything else you want to tell
No,
our
no, I just want everyone to know that I love them. I'm praying for everyone, and I'm there. And thank you for tuning in. And if you can share this, please share, because we want to reach as many women and men as we can, to just help people. We're just trying to come together on in a different way, that, like Miss Tia Nicole says, we all are connected.
yes? All right, my final thoughts is just be yourself always, and no matter how you have to change for you, you do it. And it's okay to work on your mind, your body, and your spirit all at the same time. You are amazing, and we'll see you guys next Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And hopefully we'll have a special guest. If Mr. Dion is free, hopefully he can join us. So guys, y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye bye.